Good afternoon, Datuk Seri.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so I hope your journey here was pleasant. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Nitnul Safia. I'm a second year student of Media Studies and Communication.
Right.
Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is A.Thaiveegan. A.Thaiveegan, son of Arumugam. And I come from Ipoh. And I studied here during the 80s. University of Malaya. I came here in 1980. 81 was the first year. And I enrolled into Arts and Social Science Department or the faculty. And then I did Indian Studies, I did Economics, I did Anthropology and Sociology, and I did Far Eastern History, and also Pengajian Tionghoa. So these are a combination of papers that we managed to take to enhance our knowledge. But I am a graduate in Indian Studies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, how are you? Like health-wise, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm 60 now. And I feel that I am like 30 or 35. So I think I'm quite fit and
That's
healthy.
Amazing.
But it is not easy. You have to take some, do some exercises and watch on your food and your behavior, your attitude and your lifestyle. You know, don't overindulge in too good things. So always be in the middle. You manage everything, food, exercise, a good sleep and a good lifestyle, you know. I think that will help us to be healthy. And during my time, I think the Vice Chancellor was the Royal Professor Ungku Aziz, and he was very well known for keeping himself very healthy. And we used to see him jogging and running around the campus. And we students feel very proud of him because he is one man not only good in his wisdom and knowledge, but he had a special style of speaking to undergraduates. He always engaged with them whenever he meets, you know. And every evening you can see him that he jogs around the campus. And that itself an encouragement for the undergraduates like me to jog. So almost every day I'll be down with my shorts and my sports shoes. And I think that goes on until today. We learn
Really
from
healthy.
there. Sorry?
You look really healthy as well.
Yes, yeah, he was very healthy. He was really healthy. He was a role model, not just a Vice Chancellor, head of a university, but he was a role model for every student who look upon him to enhance their knowledge and style and health, you know. That was a beautiful leadership. I'm not saying anything that it's not now, because I'm not sure what's happening here at the moment, you know, because we are far away from here. I'm sure that they are equally good or even better.
So how have you been since your recent retirement?
Well, I was before retirement, I served the Royal Malaysia Police Department for 35 years. I joined as a cadet ASP after my graduation, soon after my graduation. And then from a cadet ASP, I rose finally and held the rank of a commissioner, a 3-star commissioner. And my last post I had was the Chief Police Officer of Penang. And now I retired in January. Since then, I won't say I'm retired, but I've never been tired. I've been much busier than I used to be when I was in the force. So I'm engaged with a lot of NGOs, non-governmental organizations, engaging the community and the youngsters. I'm doing quite a number of things, so that makes me and keeps me busy. Yeah.
It's amazing what you have achieved throughout the years. So I would like to ask you, how has Indian studies helped you in fighting crimes as a police officer?
That's a very interesting question. Well, you see, to me, an education, it doesn't matter whether it is Indian education, Tamil education, or pengajian Tionghoa, or Malay studies, or Islamic studies. These are all basically very important to make a person think. A person to think positively and learn methodology to solve problems. This is what actually we're supposed to be learning. It doesn't matter it is geography, history, what. It makes you to think and to help to solve problems. So in talking about Indian studies, well, it also teaches a lot of aspects of criminology. Because this is a very old language, maybe about 3,000, 5,000 years old tradition. So they have a lot of experience, those days, the kingdoms and the kingdoms and how they manage the people, how they manage the criminals, how they manage the enemies, all these are education. So we really did an in-depth study. I had a very wonderful lecturers and they really inculcated the ideas, the methodology, how to think. So when I joined the police force, I need to learn the police laws, But then having been a student in arts faculty, every term, every year I used to win the book prize. That means I have been a good student. Otherwise I won't be winning that book prize of $500, 500 ringgit every year. That's plenty of money. And that money actually we needed and very helpful to support my education. So we have to study hard, and study smart so that you can score the marks. So this education actually enabled me, the attitude towards education, the excellence in education is very, very important. So this helped me, inculcated into me the desire to do well. Therefore, when I joined the police department, there were police examinations, police laws, so I used to do well. And they will have a confirmation course. They call after 3 years, all those who join as a cadet ASP, how smart, how good they are in the police laws. And I scored very high marks, despite being the fact that I am an Indian studies graduate. But I competed with people with business degrees, legal degrees, forensic science degrees, chemists, everybody was there. But I did well in the police law. So I think it is the education. It doesn't mean the arts faculty is not good. The arts and social science faculty is one of the best. It doesn't only teach us how to study hard and enhance the knowledge, but it also taught us how to be friendly and be united with the other races.
So allow me to ask you this, if I don't come across as too intrusive, but how were you as a student in UM?
Well, I was a very active student. I was the president of the Tamil Language Society, and we were active in that umbrella body, the University of Malaya Student Union. We were all active members. And having held the position of Tamil Language Society chairman, president, and that society itself is a very active society. We do a lot of activities, cultural activities, training activities, and also social service, where during the holidays, we go to the estates, the rubber estates, palm oil estates, and we stay in that estates for a month. And we live together with the estate people, the poor people. And then we train the youngsters there. We give speeches in the temples, in the tadikas there, enlighten them on what's happening in the outside, so that they all can come out from there or better themselves through education and hard work. That is one part of our activity. And we also played a lot of games. We played almost everything, football, badminton. 2 o'clock in the morning we will be playing badminton until 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. And then 8 o'clock we are back in the classes. So there is no problem. We had a wonderful time. I would say that it is a golden chapter in the life, very enjoyable. The freedom was there. Friends were there. The lecturers were there, all of them very cordial and excellent. So it was a wonderful life.
You were very active as a student and you also won the book prize. How did you manage to manage your time within studies and co-curricular activities?
Right. What is important is time management, and then very productive time management. Means we don't waste time. Every little time we had, we use it with quality, with dedication, and maximum use of the little time. So it's more like a very disciplined life. Every hour this is the time you must be in the class. This is the time you have to go for your exercise and games. And then never miss, don't give excuse that you are tired or you can never be lazy. I mean all this character, because to me the character and attitude are formed during the university days. If you're hardworking, you know how to manage your time, you learn the skills and you absorb the knowledge. These are all the preparation for you to be successful in your life later. But of course, at that time, we all know what we were, but we never knew what we will be, But it's God's grace and blessing that where we are today, I think all those steps, initiatives and guidance by the lecturers and all that, they help us a lot to be succeed in our life.
So, I would like to ask you, which college were you from?
I was in the 4th college.
4th college. And were you active?
I used to play games for the college. If you are not active, you can't stay in the college. They will only choose those who are playing games and active, participate in whatever organized and all that. We enjoyed. I think this trend, even when I was in the primary and secondary schools, I used to hold a lot of posts and I'll be a member in every association. I'll be a prefect or sometimes the head prefect. So it runs in the blood to be active. That's why even after retirement now, I can never sit in my house. I have to do many things. That makes me happy and satisfied, That's very important.
So as students, we must at some point in our studying life have experienced financial difficulties, financial issues. Did you ever experience that?
Yeah. No. Basically, every student will have financial difficulties. And especially during the 80s, I believe many of the university students, undergraduates, they come from rural areas. And most of my classmates, classmates, they were all coming from estates and very rural areas. And everybody had financial problems. Some of them were lucky to get state loans. The state government gave some loans. And then some get some federal scholarship. They are a bit lucky. But basically everybody had a financial problem. But I was lucky. I get a state loan from Perak. It's not easy. Although you are born in Perak and then you grew up in Perak and now you are in the university, and when you applied for a scholarship or a state loan, they said you have to prove that you are a citizen of Perak, So that's the first time I knew that there is a state citizenship. Then I have to go and apply for it, went for an interview, and then I get a certificate to say that Anda adalah anak watan negeri Perak. With that certificate we have to apply for the scholarship, but I didn't get a scholarship. I get a loan. Every year I get about 2,500 for a year. 1 year 2,500. So, which I already paid. As soon as I graduate, I joined the government service. Every month they deduct from the salary, and we make sure that we pay, so that it would be helpful for them to help the others, So the financial problem always there. So to add to this, we will do private tuitions. In Kuala Lumpur that time, not many tuition centers. So we are the tuition masters. So we will be going around and giving tuitions, getting at the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, we earn some money, And many of the children who studied under me until now have not paid. Already 40 years, but we don't care. We take it as a service to the students, and the community. We enjoyed that. Everything that we do, we enjoy it,
It's really your time management skills that's very amazing, because you had time for the tuition, curricular activities and classes. That's really amazing. So since we're taking the road down memory lane, I want to ask you if you have any memorable moments here in UM. Do you miss any moments?
Yeah, they were, in fact, the day you receive the letter that you are given a place, you are offered a seat in University Malaya, that is the best moment in my life. Because these were the dreams of many years that you want to go to the university. And your dream to go to the University Malaya, because University Malaya is very outstanding, very renowned, very prominent, par excellence. So our dream is to go to University Malaya. So the day you receive the letter, I think one of the happiest moments, since our birth, since our primary school, our secondary school, that was the best moment. Then once you are in the university, when you win these book prizes, every time it makes you really proud and happy, because you are competing with other students. And when you win these book prizes, makes you feel proud. And what more, you come from Indian Studies Department and you still can get book prize in the faculty, So it's very proud. And when you win the student selections and become the president, it's a very memorable event, because there are many smart guys from law faculty, from science faculty, all the top students are there, and we compete with them. An arts faculty student, and furthermore, an Indian studies student can be elected to become the president of the Tamil Language Society. So these are all very proud moments, Actually, it's very proud moments. But today, I feel we are in the fourth industrial revolution area, the era, fourth industrial revolution era, and the world is full of digitalization, all right? Many things have changed, science, technology. The students must keep up with the changes. And the educational institutions also must guide the students. It's not just giving the education, but you have to guide them to see what are the changes in the world, the future, the global challenges. If you are studying in University Malaya, you should not just think that you are going to work in Kuala Lumpur or in Malaysia. Are you ready to serve any part of the world? Can you serve in Germany, in America, in England, in Switzerland? You must become a global candidate. So you have to equip your knowledge on par with the global students. Where do we stand? If they compare the number of students from various universities in the world, where do the University Malaya students stand? Are they one of the best? One of the top 10, top 50, top 100? That is what is important. So even the system only allow you to study what is provided for. But as a smart, intelligent, as a thinking student, you must prepare yourself for the global challenges. You will be serving somewhere. Why should you just think about only Malaysia or Singapore? Any part of the world, if you go for an interview and the board of interview, after interviewing you, they must think that you are the best, although you come from Malaysia. you are compared to many others, you are the best student, the best candidate who can be productive, who can be loyal, you have the skill and the attitude. Character and attitude, they will decide your destiny, and we have to form that. That is the most important thing. The attitude, the skill and the knowledge. All these three you have, you will be successful. And this is the time to acquire it. The university time is the best time. Once you go into the working world, once you are married, you have a family life, you will have very little time to read and acquire knowledge. Because that is the time for you to work and work and work. So this is the golden time to read as much as you can. Read and read and read. Even the books that are not relevant to your subject, go and read. Read psychology, read anthropology, read economics. What is digitalization? What is globalization? What are transborder industries? Not talking about transborder crime, because we have been always talking about transport crimes, As a policeman, we have to learn all that. So acquire as much knowledge as possible. You may be a graduate in Malay studies. Doesn't mean that you can't speak about geography. You can't speak about economy. You can't speak about what's going on in the world, the terrorism, all these things we have to know. Because these are the current things. So you have to have the knowledge, all right? So this is important.
We have to be aware of our surroundings.
Yes.
My last question is, do you have any hopes or visions or words that you want to share to students?
I think make the best use of the time that you have. If you are here for 3 years, 4 years, that 3 years or 4 years of education, your stay and your association with University Malaya will determine your next 50 years of your lifespan. Whether you will become a productive person, a useful person to the community and the nation. Because this education is not just for our personal success, that is only part of it. But how useful are we going to be for the community and the nation? Because all of us are duty bound to contribute to the nation's well-being. And how we can contribute. So this is very important, is the biggest challenge. So beside preparing ourselves to be successful in finding a career and getting promoted in the career and become successful in the career and earn enough money to keep you well and take the family up, but you have to contribute to the community. You have to contribute to the nation. You have to contribute to the global well-being. So our thoughts and minds must be very open now. Very broad vision. It's very important. Then you will become somebody to be reckoned with. You are somebody to be remembered, somebody to be respected, somebody to be looked upon for guide. You become idol, idola for the younger generations. So make good use of the time. Read, read and read. And enhance your body health through sports and exercises. And mix with all races. That will make this country a beautiful place. All right? And I congratulate the committee which is organizing the 60th anniversary. And we welcome all of them to meet on the 30th of November. We wish them all the best.
Your words are very much appreciated. So once again, thank you, Datuk Seri A.Thaiveegan.
No problem. I hope that what I spoke is more relevant and will be understood by the listeners.